where I gotta talk, but we're not quite live yet because of the delay. Okay, we are live, I think. Yes, we are live.
Echo.
Hey, y'all. Hey, Karma. I hope
Hmm.
you all are doing well. We are back. It's been, I don't know how long.
More than a month.
Has it really been that long already? Well, no, because
Pretty much.
I did the interview with Is Apocalypse on September 3rd. So I think that was the last time
I'm
I
I'm
was
talk
live.
I'm talking about the streams for Sundays. It's been a month.
Oh yeah,
So
at least it has been a month. I had to that's no, I ain't gonna say it that way because that'll sound weird. But see, I had to do Luna, but I had to take care of stuff and take over the world
hmm
with inflatable axes and hammers because Fed doesn't trust me with real ones. No, I had to work on my verse for Dark Arts. It's dropping next month. You know, so that's where I've been. And as you can see, we're at a new address, and it will be a permanent address. We're gonna roll with it. Hey, Rudnock. How are you? Thanks for
uh,
coming out. Rudnock,
yeah,
did you?
same Luna time, different Luna channel.
Yeah. Same insanity, different location. We are now. This is the house for the disturbed. It, it oh, we're just we're gonna be revamping the Sunday shenanigans. That's in the cards or the dice. I guess we'll say that that's in the dice, but we'll get to that. Luna has not been doing too well with completing a task. She starts a million of them, but her ADHD and brain is just got 1,200 irons in the fire right now. So,
Is
hey, Is, thanks for stopping by.
tick 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 tick.
You know I can't multitask. His name. Did you mute you? Okay, the neighbor. But yep, so what's coming up is Dark Arts, which is a Haunted Homies project, which all four of the Haunted Homies are a part of and on, including Mr. Sped. But Luna will be making her debut of rapping and not having the words behind me. Like it's just straight me, Slim and Sombra like gave me the opportunity, and I didn't back out, which I'm kind of impressed because I'll be 100%. I did not know when I first took on this project whether or not I would go through with actually rapping. But I did okay. Hey, at least I don't sound like a speaking spell. But there's gonna be some next month. Of course, it will be all things spooky. So drop in the comments and stuff, or hit me up in DM like what kind of content you would like to see spooky wise. Do you want horrorcore music? Do you want like, I don't know. My brain is not functioning today.
Oh boy.
I am trying to multitask. We don't do well with multitasking.
Mm-hmm.
But um hopefully next week you will see the setup for Sunday Shenanigans, and Mr. Slim will be with us next week. And um yeah, we're just doing our thing. The description for this channel pretty much says all of what will be going on here. We won't necessarily we won't be focusing on just music over here. It'll be anybody that's been around for a while will know. I got my start with Jekyll with a show called With That Being Said, and it was just keep it 100. And that's what we do, and everybody's opinion is welcome over here, but we ask that you keep it respectful. Any disrespect and you get the boot. But other than that, it's a place where we encourage an open forum and different opinions, as long as you keep it respectful and don't be an ass. I forgot I'm live on Twitch too. But for now, we got Lunatic over here, and this is the House of the Disturbed. We got the Twitch going. We got the Nut House going. And there's big things coming once we get it all figured out and stuff. Just keep an eye if you want to see. And we'll be branching out to different places as well. And there might be some, I don't know, different kind of content over here, but the Nut House will still have the music streams like we always have, and that'll be dedicated to music and everything. And over here, it's shenanigans. It's anything goes. Well,
Mm-hmm. Hey, hey, Karma.
anything goes for the most part. We'll be coming up in November. We will be doing a military a military stream. I don't know if we want to call it military appreciation, But for Veterans Day, we'll have sped, and we will reach out to if anybody is current or former military and would like to be a part of the show. You are more than welcome. Just hit me up. You can hit sped up, but I'm a little nicer
Mm-hmm.
some days.
Yeah.
Hold on. Slim is trying to join. He's having technical difficulties, which we will probably inherit them.
Yeah, so
If
this
you
this
know,
did start out with yeah.
if you know, you know. But I don't know. He could have been. I was telling him because he's having technical difficulties getting into the stream, and I told him to make sure he's hitting the right link because I had to. The one thing I'm because we're doing restreams over here today. When we do the music, I get a restreams for some reason just doesn't like to do music with me. It just but
Y'all hear me?
Slim.
What's
Yep.
up,
We
y'all?
made it.
Was that the
Yeah,
was
man.
that the problem? You were hitting the old link.
Yeah, yeah, that was the problem.
Yeah,
I'm like,
with
dang, yo, I know this ain't playing me right now. Like,
yeah, with restreams, like I can go in on StreamYards and edit like the if I want to change the time that it starts. With Restream, I couldn't do it. So I had to completely get rid of that live and start a new one for it to start at 2. Today we're just
mm,
today we're just catching up, Karma, because I've been away for almost a month. So it's just talking, catching up, kind of shooting. My phone's listening to me. Hey Angel, long time no see.
give me
I was
mine too.
I, I was I was telling everybody about dark arts. I was
Oh
do
yeah, Dark Art's gonna be phenomenal. Dark Art's gonna be phenomenal.
the one you're dropping Thursday. Yeah. Oh, by the way, y'all, if you're not sub to Slim, if you're not following him, make sure you are. There is a link in the description for this live to Slim. He is dropping a track called Deadly this Thursday, the 29th.
Slim
And
Loco is back.
and no pun intended, it's gonna be killer.
That's right. Hey, what's up, Angel? I see you in there.
The haunted homies are we're leaving our mark for spooky season for sure.
Yes.
But the only thing with us is spooky season year round.
Mm-hmm.
Those
Halloween every day.
though Slim did take the summer off to be romantic for some reason.
Had to make some a little fun here and there. Like,
Yeah, last night I Blindsight went live
Mm.
and I sent him online bullies, and he's like, he really liked your style and everything. He's like, keep telling him to do what he's doing, and I laugh, but because you've been doing that, but he liked your sound and everything,
Oh,
and I was like,
if he's
damn, you didn't.
watching, oh,
I,
go
I'm
ahead, go
like,
ahead.
I'm like, damn, blind, you didn't say anything about my intro. What, did you not like it? And you did such a good job on the mixing. He thought that it was part of whatever they call it when you get a track and it already has stuff like preloaded.
The sample.
Mm.
Yeah, he thought it was
Oh,
part of it. He didn't even realize. He's like that. He liked it. I'm like,
he
well,
even knew it was you.
I was going for evil, but unfortunately, my voice came out more of a sex phone operator. I'm like those what mermaids that use their song to lure the sailors to their
Sirens.
death. Yes.
Mm-hmm.
Mm. Yo, wait till he hear what's the name? Crystal Lake.
Is that dropping this in October?
No, I think sometime I don't know which day he had that set up for. Like, um,
I I'd assume with that name it was dropping in October.
with us it's Halloween every day. We'll probably drop that sometime in like November, December on
We'll
YouTube.
drop it on Christmas.
Word, like,
Our
mm,
12 days of Christmas might be an interesting little idea, but you know.
Ooh,
mm.
ooh. Well, that's like I
12
dropped
spooky days.
I the 12 deaths of Christmas. That's like I dropped the video I had made for Sped because we're coming up on a year with Lordy, dug a hole, and people are like, "Do you actually like him?" I'm like, "Yep."
Oh boy.
I didn't get to hear about this.
But
So what do they
heck,
think you're with me for the money or for something else?
I don't know. But that's why I had to put when I posted on IG, contrary to belief, I actually like Sped. That's our song. Like, hey, that's the greatest love story. He loved him. He loved her so much he put her in the front yard, so we always knew where she was. What can I? What can I say?
That's how love is, though. No matter what.
Uh-huh. Can't really say you've loved somebody till you've hit the point where you're just debating whether or not to hit him in the head with a shovel, you know?
What's up,
Oh.
Jewel?
Jewel is here.
Oh, hey, Karma, where's my man is at? Yo, how you doing, Karma?
Jewel, I am going. Oh, that's the other news I will be breaking, y'all. What's his name? Jackson P. October 1st has a cipher dropping. It was for artists under 5K in subs, and our boy Jewel is on it. So
What's up, Jules?
there will be a reaction from your girl for that.
Can't wait.
Oh.
I almost just put Jewel in timeout.
Mm.
Wouldn't be the
Mhm.
first time. I did it one day on accident. Jekyll was interviewing Loopy, and um, and I accidentally timed Loopy out during his own interview. That was good. So I've been following. I was telling Sped about this. I don't know why. Probably because I'm a fucked up individual. But I've been following. I somehow on TikTok have gotten to a very intriguing side of TikTok. I have ended up on Like I told Sped, one part of it I've ended up on is like veterans TikTok, but it's the veterans that are like him and Jewel, not Jewel, him and Jekyll. So the asshole like fucked up veterans. So it's pretty fucking cool. But I also ended up on Death Talk.
What's Death Talk like?
It's like talks about like death row and true crime and all of that stuff.
Mm.
So there's an execution. The dude's name is Alan Eugene Miller. That just sounds like a murderer. I'm telling you, just the
That
name
name
alone.
does really do sound like a
But
murder name. Like,
in 1999, he walked into where he worked, shot and killed two people. He let one person who was walking into work, he let them like leave. And then he went down the road to where he used to work and shot and killed somebody and let again somebody else leave. But he was sent, and the whole reasoning behind it was because apparently they were talking shit about him. So
mm.
look what happens when you bully, but that's neither here nor there if it was true or not. But he was set
But
to be
still, like,
he
but
was
still,
set
look what matters. Oh, go ahead, keep going.
yeah, he was set to be executed September 22nd. And
Mm.
in the United States, most states, it's straight lethal injection. I think in a couple states you can choose, but anyways, there's a new method and it's called nitrogen hypoxia. And basically, they fit you with this mask and you breathe in this nitrogen until it kills you. But it's never been used in the US. It's not. So he put in that he wants to be executed that way. And so the state put a hold on his execution. And then the Supreme Court overruled it, saying that he has to be executed. And by the time all of that went, then they couldn't find his vein. So they ended up having to halt the execution because he wouldn't have been dead by September 22nd. So, like, they have to go get a whole new death. I guess they call it a death warrant and everything. But his
Mm.
lawyer, which I guess it's a lawyer's job, but he's arguing that that the reason why they should let him die by this nitrogen hypoxide is because he deserves the dignity to choose on how he wants to die.
Wow.
You want to know the funny thing? Do you know what that actually is? Basically, it's a slight variation on basically starting your car in like an enclosed garage and just inhaling the fumes till you croak.
So carbon
Mm.
monoxide poisoning, basically.
It's a peaceful way to go.
But like,
Very
I
peaceful and
understand.
painless.
Yep.
Like, I don't know. I just think by that point it's like you didn't give your victims the right to choose how you killed them and everything else, and that is your punishment is death. So why does it have to be dignified?
Because everybody gets a say in how they're treated nowadays, and now the idiots in the box are trying to do the same thing. Plain and simple. They're not necessarily going to succeed, especially in
That
Arkansas, but
I think it's Alabama, one of the two A states. That is awesome, Jewel. We have all missed you. It is about time for some new Jewel music.
Definitely about time.
If you all don't know who Jewel's music, like, you are sadly missing out because I've been telling Jewel since the day I met him that he's already a rock star. Because the shit that he can do, you don't like. He can rap, he can sing. His outfit choices are questionable at times, but we let that one pass.
He gets his versatile one.
He does. Like, he can go from looking like in the JMP cipher that he was in, straight up looking like a hillbilly, to then when he was in the Blind Sight cipher, looking like he was from the 80s.
Hmm.
uh-huh.
but it's just, and I think I think from what they've been, God damn it, I dropped my fidget thing. From what they've been saying, if you follow like Blaze and TK and Smoke, there's a lot of stuff that's going to be coming out of TTO. But we already have Slim, we are and Sped. We already have ENC who is going to react to Dark Arts. I think we lost Slim. His vocals.
I'm sure he'll be back.
It says rain. Oh, I just got notification. Apparently, rain's coming.
Yeah, it just started hitting out here, so
Is that what you were doing? Was
relocating to the picnic table I'm usually at.
hey, you didn't get attacked by a smiley face this year.
Didn't have to suffer through that particular event this year, so. Oh man. Yep. Working too much and can't really be replaced where I'm at, so oh darn.
You're irreplaceable.
I'm betting the Cosmos are really happy about that, so.
I'm here. I'm here. Having
There we go.
technical difficulties.
we can hear you now.
All right. All right. Guess this thing telling me to get my own headset. I'm using my son's right now.
We gotta we see the thing with 3/4 of the haunted homies all live within less than a day's drive from each other, but
Mm-hmm.
we can't drive to see Sombra.
Yeah, him, you gotta take a full plane out, like, and that's gonna take a couple of hours.
We gotta get passports to go visit Sombra. We
Hmm.
need to make him come visit us.
Hmm.
I don't know if anybody from Europe, for the most part, is going to be insane enough to want to come to this country.
It's Sombra we're
most,
talking
most,
about.
I know, but at the same point in time, I know he doesn't buy into a lot of the crap, but most of the people think we're just completely off our rocker in the wrong way.
Yup. Maybe
I've been
it's
off.
like you're having fun with it, like.
Yeah,
Mm-hmm.
we've taken the insanity. That's what I've always said from the beginning. Like with me, is I took the insanity, and I branded it
That's right.
because fuck it, if I can't laugh at myself. So
True.
we got the nut house, and then over here we have the house for the disturbed.
Mm.
Sped sounds like he's in a war zone.
Like you can hear the helicopters and stuff in the background.
And his neighbor must be over here bugging him.
Yeah.
He has that look like
Mm-hmm. Like talking his ears off, like.
Well, yeah, there's I can't wait. Like I said, I can't wait for everybody to be able to hear Dark Arts because
No.
Sombra killed it with that beat.
Mm-hmm.
Sped did his thing and it's phenomenal, and you did your thing, and I kind of did my
Mm-hmm.
thing, and yeah,
Yours came out. Yours came out dope though. Yours came out nice. Like
Okay.
Oh wow.
It's a moose. It's Massachusetts. They're not, what, have they never seen a fucking moose before?
Wow.
Somebody spotted a moose. Okay. I can look out my back window and see a moose at times.
Mm.
Like it would be something else if Slim saw a moose. Like
Oh yeah, that would have had me flipping out like
cuz you're in what?
like I'm more
Brook
of a city like
are you in Brooklyn or the Bronx?
nah Brooklyn.
Okay. Cuz like when Blindside was asking me, I'm like, he's either from Brooklyn or the Bronx. I can never remember, but same area pretty much.
So same activities go on too. So
But yeah, like, hey,
Hey,
Sombra.
Sombra.
what's up, Sombra?
And it's not like I could understand if Fed was like in Boston, but where he is, it's kind of. I mean,
It's used. Y'all
this,
used to it out there.
yeah, like I said, where I am, never seen a bear in the
Mm.
wild, but
Lucky you.
moose, deer. Honestly, what scares me more than a bear was in Texas, which was the fucking wild hogs.
Mm.
We had a lady less than like 2 miles up the road from us getting out of her car, walking to her porch, and was attacked by a whatever the fuck you call them, a herd, a group,
Mm.
a gathering of wild hogs, and was like killed. So like we couldn't,
Jeez.
because our backyard in Texas, you had a little bit of yard and then you had woods, and we had quite a bit of woods where enough where our landlord had a deer stand. We couldn't go out in the backyard at nighttime because of the fact that, yeah, and that's when wild hogs usually are most active, is at nighttime.
Mm.
Like it was,
Hmm.
yeah, like I went on a hog hunt once, but you just have to like you literally have to sit up in trees at nighttime. I'm not a fan of being in the pitch dark with like animals that could kill me at my feet. You know? Nope.
Oh yeah, because it's like they could see you at the dark, but mainly you can't really see them. Like,
Right.
Yeah, if you've seen Princess Mononoke way back in the day, you'll understand hogs are nothing to fuck with.
hmm.
Nothing to fuck with.
Yep.
Oh man.
But we'll just leave it at that.
hmm.
You don't want to know the stats that I know about what a pig can do to a human.
Wow. Yeah, trust me, I'm just stay away from that method right there.
Well,
I stay away.
the thing is, I think it's six like full grown hot pigs, and these are domesticated. So six domesticated pigs can eat a 250-pound man in under 10 minutes. The only thing they cannot digest is a human hair and teeth. Other than that, they can digest every part.
Wow. Yeah, that's wild right there. Uh, they could digest a man like they could digest a man in like 10 minutes. Like,
Yeah.
Hmm.
And the thing is, with domesticated pigs, like what we know as domesticated pigs, is once they get the taste of human blood, you have to kill them because it's like they become vampire-ish almost, where
mm,
they need the, yeah. Like that unlocked a new kind of fear, that not that I hang out at pig farms, but it's like, fuck.
like pit bulls and things, though, if they get a taste of blood, just forget it.
Hmm.
Honest, like pit bulls both scare me, but they're also some of the most amazing dogs ever. And I truly believe with pit bulls, it's how they're raised. It's environment over DNA or genetics or
Hmm.
whatever. Because in when I was in Massachusetts in Worcester, it wasn't the greatest area. It's an armpit. It fucking, I hate Worcester. but it's a lot of the ones that raise pit bulls, but they don't raise them correctly. They raise them for fighting and shit like that.
It's like
And
some over here too. Like,
we had all of a sudden one day, my ex and I were sitting in our living room, and we just hear this lady screaming bloody murder, and her pit bull had grabbed a hold of her. I think it was a little like terrier, chihuahua kind of dog. And
wow.
my ex went down and literally was like shoving the broom down the dog's throat because the owner's nowhere around, trying to get the dog to release the little dog, the pit bull to release. It wouldn't. And I mean, he had this broom quite a ways down because he had bitten the lady too because she's trying to get her dog. And the cops show up, they mace the dog. The dog still does not let go. And finally, the owner of the dog shows up and just walks up and grabs the dog by the nuts and just squeezes, and the dog finally lets go. But it was like, holy shit. But I had a friend in Texas who this pit bull looked like it just got out of prison. It was, it was huge.
One of the muscular joints, right?
But you walk up to this dog and it would whimper and like he was a huge dog and scary looking, but the biggest bitch I had ever met for a dog. So it's like they get a bad rep. Like I had a pit bull German Shepherd that was I absolutely loved it. It had the face of a pit bull and the body of a German Shepherd. It was the ugliest but funniest, cutest dog at the same time.
Hmm.
A buddy of mine had
But
a German Shepherd Chow mix he named Claymore. Depending on the day, it could basically end up acting like the large ass sword or it could act like the explosive device, depending on who was dumb enough to step on the lawn without permission.
Hmm.
2.5 foot at the
Flip.
shoulder. Oh yeah, 2.5 foot at the shoulder, about 250 plus pounds. Massive dog. It's not he wasn't working the dog out or anything like that. The dog was just his dog. It was just as territorial as he was. It was hilarious to watch. We had a guy from the when the firefighters go out with the boot to um, collect for I think it's
NDA.
muscular dystrophy. Yeah,
Yep.
had a few of them walking around the street, and I was holding some stuff for him while he was working on fixing his bike. I think I was holding half of the freaking upper portion of the engine for him while he was tinkering with it. And we hear the guy yelling from the bottom of the driveway. And I was like, "Yeah, just hold on a minute. We'll be right down." And as soon as he says this, the dog just bolts because the idiot had been dumb enough to make. He didn't even step foot on the driveway. He picked his foot up and it was over the driveway. The dog was yelled at and stopped about a quarter second before his teeth would have punched right through this guy's leg.
Wow.
And the dog didn't literally stop and like back off. The dog literally stopped and was just waiting there to see what else is going to happen so he could finish biting or let him go. By the time we got down there, calmed the guy down, he had to go back to the frickin' fire station to get himself a fresh set of clothing because he'd literally shit himself. And while all this is going on, the guy's screaming at my buddy. My buddy looks at the dog. Good boy, get back up there. He just trots on up, happy as shit. Just, and needless to say, they didn't bother coming by any time after that. At least not
That
dumb enough to walk up the driveway.
true. That would scare the hell out of me. Like,
The dog literally looked like a barrel wrapped in fur. You didn't think it'd be that quick, but holy crap.
hmm, I never underestimate them like that.
A 250-pound dog's gonna be fucking taller than me when it stands on its back legs.
Hmm.
Probably. Sounds about right. Uh,
Yeah, they would be
yeah,
taller than you. Luna.
But
yeah.
what
The
is it?
real fun Go ahead.
I said, what isn't taller than me, though?
Yeah, the real fun experience was my one annual training with the Guard up at Fort Drum, up in New York. That's a whole nother freaking hemisphere, let me tell you. The bears on that base are massive. They're basically they're Kodiak or the type that's a little bit smaller. On their hind legs, they're anywhere from 10 to 12 feet tall. These
Wow.
things are huge. And they've been on the base longer than most of the soldiers have that are coming in, spending a year or two, then getting transferred to somewhere else, or guys like us that would show up, do 2 weeks, and then go home. And we saw the bear crap all over the place. We were told how to avoid them and everything else. And one day we spent like 12 hours setting up this massively intricate freaking operation, set up all the cannons where they needed to be, made sure we were stocked on all the different ammunition types we were going to need. It was going to be some big freaking thing. And all of a sudden, our headquarters went just radio silent. Nothing. Nobody responding to anything. So we give it a half hour. See, maybe they had some kind of technical issue, needed to get a freaking battery or a generator out there to get, say, something up and going. Oh, half hour goes by, nothing. Another half hour, nothing. We finally ended up calling up and coordinating a little bit of an expedition to go see what the hell was happening. And for some reason, since we were the closest element, we got tasked with having to go figure out what the hell happened. Like, okay, fine. There's about 12 of us. We get over there, and nothing looks too bad. We get about maybe 30 feet into the camp, and we can see something hanging out of the driver's window of the colonel's Humvee. Upon closer inspection, it's the arm of a fucking passed out bear. Its head is on the steering wheel. Its left arm is out the window. Right arm is cradling the pile of trash from all the food that it had ended up tearing out of all the bags in the back of the Humvee. And it was so long that its ass and its hind legs were hanging out the freaking back of the Humvee itself. Just passed out because he basically ate himself into a sugar cola. We go further in. There's the tent that had all the scouts and the forward observers in it. Had a gigantic rent and slash down the side. Poked our heads in, and there's another bear. Crushed a cot after having torn apart one particular set of bags. Apparently the guy had just gone to the PX on the base and spent like $100 on snack food and stuff to sell to some of the other troops. It all got eaten by the bear. This bear passed out as well. Caught completely crushed underneath it into like an almost comical freaking perfect little smile from a smiley face. Like, okay, yep, we're leaving that alone. We still haven't seen any people. So we're, other than the bears being there, which is already a bit of a, oh shit, we're like, I wonder what happened to all the people here, because there's about 18 people that are supposed to be in this camp. Nothing yet. And as we're making our way around the back of one of the armored broadcast vehicles that we have to do all the plotting and communication for where we're supposed to fire the cannons, we can hear an occasional bit of yelling. Okay, let's go in that direction. We start creeping over there. There's a 12-foot grizzly, there's a 12-foot bear on its hind legs circling the latrine, which on this base, they basically have a concrete bunker that has basically the back ends up opening up so you could swap out the 55-gallon drums that are used to collect the waste. You put the new ones in, bring off the old ones to get rid of it. On top of this is the 18 people squished into as tiny a pile as they can be, all circling opposite the bear as it's reaching over about a foot onto this like 6-foot wide latrine and trying to slash at and grab at one of them. we're scratching our heads because there's a lieutenant in this cluster who's active duty. He's one of the evaluators we have. He's, I'd guess, maybe mid 20s. A bit of a narcissistic fop, if you ask me personally, but he loved his appearance. So everything had to be perfect. And he had to be the big alpha of the bunch. So he's screaming at the bear, ignoring the colonel, the major, the captains, trying to tell him to shut the fuck up or we're going to give you to the bear, antagonizing it the whole time. We see all of this, report to range safety. They send out a couple of guys with, they didn't even bother with the rifles. They literally just set up the shotguns with the actual trank slugs in them. It took about 6 rounds of the tranks to actually knock this thing down far enough where it was actually dopey and just wasn't coordinated.
Wow.
Well, so while all that's going on, we get a Humvee backed over. They hop onto the back of the Humvee. We drive forward, get to a shorter vehicle. They stage themselves down off of that roof to ground. And you guys sure you're okay? Yeah, I'm going to go get myself some. Just out of curiosity, you're in that tent over there? Yep. You gonna go get yourself some snack food? Yep. You might want to fight the bear that's actually passed out having eaten it. Good luck. What? He runs, gets tackled by a couple of the guys. They hadn't gotten around to dealing with that bear yet, but it hadn't woken up. It's like, okay, yeah. And we just, as soon as range safety was there, they were working on getting the bear thing dealt with. Our job done. Not our problem anymore. Screw it. Right back we went to sit on our asses and just do whatever we were doing, waiting for everything to finally kick off. 4 hours later, we finally got to doing what we were supposed to. It's like,
Yeah,
yep.
man.
Okay.
Sombra's having trouble with the chat again.
On YouTube, always messing people up.
Well, YouTube's planning on rolling out some big game-changing, screw your perspective fucking update. So it doesn't really surprise me. It doesn't surprise me in the least. Oh, man. Yeah. Oh, yeah, it's honestly a little bit further down the crackpot road than what's happening to the D&D stuff now. It has been for a while, but it's hitting like peak idiocy right now. There's a race of creatures that have been in the game for almost as long as I've been alive. They're called the Hadozi. They're like the apes from Planet of the Apes. They've evolved to the point where they actually have their own society. They can build and actually use their own technology. So they're relatively advanced, about on par with everything else in the game. And some of the geniuses decided to take a look at the artwork for them and think it was simply trying to insult black people. And scream to the high heavens to the point where the company that puts out Dungeons and Dragons literally just puckered up, knelt down, and took it. Then apologized, and just it's falling apart, and it's sad to see. But oh well, I guess progress is progress.
True.
Oh, yeah. I don't know. I just blow stuff up and get mistaken for someone that likes lifting heavy things. I just leave it at that.
Like I said, and let them just be like, forget it.
Yeah, the number of people over the years that I've had walk up to me, talking to me like I'm some brainless thing that's just literally there to soak up a paycheck and lift heavy boxes for people, all of a sudden coming out with a long sentence with some of them really big, annoying words. Yeah, it's thrown a few folks for a loop over the years. It's been funny to watch.
I
Now
can
you
go
see what
around
my
and get
standard
stuff off the
expression
tall
is.
shelf.
Mm-hmm.
And to be my voice of reason.
Uh, Everybody keep that in mind. I'm the voice of reason. Let that sink in.
Oh.
Just saying. Let that sink in. Oh,
Or maybe Somber's our voice of reason.
Could be.
I don't know.
now you just said yes, but I'm not entirely sure what he was yesing. So,
But be deadly. But nope. Somber elected Sped as the voice of reason for the haunted homies.
That
I'd
is
say I'm
sped.
sorry, but I'm not.
We are unapologetically real over here.
Mm-hmm.
And the channel has a new intro coming. I can't wait for you guys to hear that.
No, that intro is lit. Like,
Yeah, I've gotten a
Bodies
bit of
hit
a
the
sneak
floor.
peek. Definitely lit. At least when you do it, they don't have to fall that far.
Well, I'm sweet and innocent.
Why does everybody keep stealing my bits? Most of them are terrified of me, but they still steal my bits. I don't get it.
I ain't terrified of you.
I said most of.
We're still trying to figure out how we haven't scared each other off. Because we both yeah.
Uh-huh.
I
6
got
more
the
days.
person. Huh?
6 more days. Oh, man.
Oh yeah. Took me a
Mhm.
minute. The first it'll
Yeah.
be a year since we got together. I would
I've
say
been
got the
together for a while. Like,
October will be a year.
mm.
Yeah,
Well,
everyone seems to think because of how fast everything on the internet moves, it's been like 20. No, we're coming up on a year.
It's like these
Seen
days be
some.
moving fast.
Mm, it's like watching the internet history version of human history, just watching all of these loud fucking empires rise and fall constantly. It's only been a year. That's just the speed of fucking people nowadays. Oh
well,
well.
like, yeah. Like if I look at have a good one, Angel. Uh, YouTube likes to do some shit like that. It's par for the course, and but this is like I said, I am lunatic, but this is we are the house for the disturbed.
We are.
We're all a little crazy here.
Uh-huh.
The level of it depends on the day. Well, or the time because I can go through a few levels of crazy.
Hmm.
I'm not sure. I'll have to.
Uh-huh.
Sped would have to answer if it's entertaining to watch me go from like manageable crazy to spiraling like crazy. If it's entertaining or annoying or both.
It has its moments, especially the usual, like anywhere from a day to 2 months down the line. Yeah, you were right. Fuck off. The follows up after it. So, you know, it happens.
Huh.
I said something to him the other day, and as soon as I said, I'm like, "Don't even say a fucking word," because I realized how hypocritical I was because I was talking to somebody and a couple people don't like to ever take credit when I like try to give them credit for helping me to get where I am today. And I'm like, why can't they take compliments? And then as soon as I said, I'm like, shut the fuck up. Don't say a word. I know. I know. Because I'm the same way. But
Mm-hmm.
like, I tell Jackal all the time, it's like, and that, so finally, Jackal and I have come to agreement. He opened the door, but I stepped through. And it's really to have people that are genuine and stuff and that have helped me because from where I was, if I watch the first episode of With That Being Said that I was on, I spoke, I think it was like it was a decent thing. And I probably spoke maybe a total of 30 minutes the whole time. And now you can't shut me up.
Mm-hmm.
Like people will like don't believe Jacko when he's like, yeah, when I met her, she barely said a word. It's true.
I'd be like that though, like you got to get used to like get used to it and things. And once as days go by, you start being used to it. You start talking more and things like that.
Well, for me, it's this. I love this. I love being able to have conversations and stuff, whether it's about music or horrorcore or what, and just interact and have other people and find people with common interests. And I
Hmm.
love the music too. It's all the other stuff that got took away the fun. So that's why when I took my vacation and stuff, it was I had to get back to what made I had to put Luna first and what makes Luna happy, and the rest will fall into place. Because if I'm pouring into everybody else's cup and not my own, you can't pour when you're empty.
That's true.
Mm-hmm.
That's true.
And like like I said, I had to work on the dark arts verse because I'll be 100. Like I didn't know when it was first brought up if I would actually go all the way through and rap and stuff. And then it's like trying to hold myself accountable. I was like, I made it public knowledge that I was doing it. But like when I turned it into Slim, it was a feeling of accomplishment because I followed through and
Yeah.
did it. And then to hear it like mixed and Slim worked his dark magic, like that's the first time hearing me myself rap where it wasn't like TK or Blaze or whoever the artist was behind me with me just rapping over it. So it was amazing.
You did your thing on that one. Like,
Zarba believed in me and Slim believed in me before and Sped before I even believed in me. Like I don't know if it was Slim's idea or I believe it was Somber's idea to have me rap. I believe that's what
nah, it
Slim
was
told
more
me.
Sombra's. It was more
Yeah.
Sombra's idea. Yeah. He was like, he gonna get you to rap on the song. I did heard you said that it was quite a few times that people said that they was gonna have you on the song and things though, but I was like, yo, nah, this time we gotta really have her on the song. Like,
Well, like
like,
um I was supposed to be on the my cipher, the life and light the love blah, 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 the cipher we dropped in February. I was going to do that, but then with just the amount of talent I got on there, I got way too scared because with like
Hmm.
you and Jewel alone, it's like, yeah, I got way into my head. And then it was supposed to be another track, and that just didn't happen because again I got into my head. And but we already have ENC who's excited to react to it. Blindside can't wait for it to drop. I obviously can't. There's
Hmm.
people that can't, so it's
Oh yeah.
At least ENC knows what he's in for this time.
right. But
Mm-hmm.
let me tell you though, absolutely, the horrorcore cipher, even if it was like in February that he reacted to it and didn't realize what it was, that was absolutely my favorite reaction of that fucking cipher because of the fact he didn't realize till I think almost the end that it was a horrorcore cipher.
Hmm.
But
Mm.
that reminds me, I should have him react to the cipher of life and love,
Hmm.
or whatever we called it,
The
because
cipher of love and life.
it has Jewel and Skeezy on there, which are both ENC gang,
Hmm.
and 380. I think 380 is
You might even accidentally be able to pick out some stuff from the freaking collage of inside jokes and references I made. We'll see.
Hmm. Hmm.
oh, that hurt. Oh, that hurt.
Then don't do it.
I just jammed my nose ring into my nose.
Hmm. I actually got a scar from a piece of shrapnel that makes me look like I used to have a nose ring. It's fucking hilarious.
I was gonna say I can never imagine you with a nose ring.
Hmm.
Hell, the hair on my head before I ended up just starting to shave it off with clippers or with a bic. The longest it had ever been was like an inch and a half on the top. That's it. Started growing out the goatee, testing that out, and
Now you
got
growing
mistaken by
yours
a
out
lot of
too,
the.
huh?
Oh, I'm debating on where to keep it at the moment, but
Hmm.
I had to, thanks to me sneezing, holding the clippers about maybe 8 months ago, I ended up shaving a strip right off the side. So I had to
Wow.
get rid of pretty much all of it and start from scratch.
Hmm.
And right now I'm just trying to get it to behave itself so it'll
Hmm.
actually grow in the way I want it to. So yeah, I know
Good,
when I,
Darrell.
I was
Hey,
just holding
Darrell.
it. Yeah, I was just starting to. I think it was in my like 2021 or whatnot, and
Hmm.
bouncing at a strip club, and all the people in there, they were generally they'd get a little too hammered, and when that point hit, everything started kind of clicking into place. Everyone started behaving themselves. I couldn't figure out why for the life of me.
Hmm.
Found out a few weeks after all this stuff started that they all thought they were being fucking watched over by Stone Cold Steve Austin.
Wow.
So they were on their best behavior. My boss was like, that pissed off look you always got, yeah, that worked out really well. You got to keep it up. I'm like, that's just me. Oh, well, keep it up.
Pretty much. Like
Mm-hmm.
I said, y'all, if you ever see this man being nice, run. Because the world is fucking ending. Run.
Hmm.
Not much, Darrell. We just took a break, had to take care of some stuff, and we're back and just talking about. We're just shooting the shit today. Talking about music coming up and what's dropping. And tomorrow, y'all, make sure you are subbed to Sombra because him and
We got a new track coming out tomorrow at
yes,
12 o'clock
Mm,
exactly noon Eastern time.
here
yep.
is the link to Mr. Sombra. You can actually, I'll send you guys the link to the track so you can hit the bell. No, I don't want that purse. So you can hit the bell and be reminded so you don't miss it. It's called Caught Sleeping. You don't want to be caught sleeping on.
Don't so don't.
You know what? I'm absolutely loving because I now have a community page. So it's pretty fucking cool because I can just hit like when I hit the share button, I can literally put the link right on my YouTube page to your guys' track that's dropping tomorrow.
Mm.
Uh,
Yeah.
I'm
Oh, that's what's up.
yeah,
Yeah, and if you're on the
because
yeah, if you're on the YouTube app or whatnot, those actually pop up in the subscription feed along with the videos and the shorts and all the other random stuff. So
somebody didn't like
real
my
hard to
short.
miss.
I did a short with a few different looks of makeup I did and had the track that Slim and Sped have heard, the one about the witch and, and all of this, and somebody's like, "What is this?" Dot dot dot.
Hmm.
Stay tuned.
They gonna find out they in for a treat.
Yeah, I'm putting a small video together myself when I end up getting the opportunity, focusing around a dime.
Hmm.
I'm trying to pare it down, see if I can actually fit it in the short format. If not, it's going to be just a real short video in and of itself for the hell of it. But we'll see what happens.
Hmm.
Gotta wait for the Gorilla Glue to show up.
Oh, it's gonna be something spooky like.
I don't want to know. I
How
asked no
sweet and
question.
innocent.
Hmm.
Natty, what's good, brother?
There we go. Yeah, my chat's running a little slow today for some reason, but there we go. All right. Hey,
Hmm.
Maddie.
Hey, Natty, what is up? Yeah, I'm trying to think. I know. And then Slim has a track dropping Thursday. Is that premiere set up yet on your
Yeah.
channel? Okay.
Yeah.
So I'm
Yeah.
gonna do the same thing I just did for the caught sleeping. I shared it
Hmm.
on my community, but I think Maddie just drops. He dropped an album, so make sure you connect with Maddie because his album is fucking phenomenal.
Hmm.
Karma has, I think, Queen of Hearts is dropping October 7th.
And she's apparently doing a show in Norman, Oklahoma on the 7th,
Yeah,
I think.
Hmm. Oh,
so
karma, that's what's up. Like,
yeah, Karma is phenomenal. Like we are good. We're just talking about. I'm not sure when exactly Dark Arts is dropping. I think it's in Sombra's hands right now with the visual.
Mm-hmm.
It's finally happening.
Oh, yep.
And then Sunday shenanigans. I think I was talking to Sped about it last night, Slim, and I think Um, we gotta wait all the way to the end of October. You're killing me, Sombra. Hey, Sombra, is Crystal Lake dropping next month too?
I think most likely sometime around like either next month coming up or most likely November. Like,
Yeah, or maybe we'll drop it on Christmas.
hmm,
But I think for October, like I was telling Slim Sped last night on I think probably either like a Friday or Saturday. Um, have a horrorcore night. So whether it's us up here talking about like horror movies or listening to our favorite horrorcore tracks and stuff like that, I think that's what we're gonna do.
mm,
You could also, if you just primarily do it on Twitch, they have a list of videos you can actually stream and watch with your audience.
mm.
So that might
I'm
be
gonna
something to look into as well.
I'm gonna figure out something because some of my horrorcore that I like is like Brother Lynch and Tech Nine, and they will fucking copyright like a motherfucker on YouTube. So when I do that stream, like we might have to do that stream more towards on Twitch in general because Twitch doesn't strike you and stuff like that like YouTube does. But we're in the process, like Sped and I will talk about it in the Haunted Homies chat later. Some of the stuff that we've thought about.
So I even got a classic horror joint that I used to listen to when I was small, yo. Oh my god, it was funny, like though, but it's like a classic horror joint though. Like it's like in the late '80s, like. Word. I used to hear my uncles and them hear it a lot though.
5th of December for Crystal Lake.
Really?
December 5th.
Slim and I were joking about it being dropped in December. But that's like Blaze had posted the other day that somebody said he sounds like his horrorcore reminds him of like Eminem horrorcore. And I'm like, I don't see Eminem. I see more of like Brother Lynch vibes with
yeah, there's a bit too much grit with what Blaze does for it to really kind of go with that comparison there for Eminem.
In a good way, he more rugged than him. Like,
well, like, because at first it was like, wait, Eminem did horrorcore, and then I remember the song like Kim or whatever the fuck it was called. So, but yeah, like I've never gotten any kind of Eminem vibes from Blaze. He's Brother Lynch type. Why did it? Oh my word, what was my issue? Instead of Crystal Lake, I wrote Crystal Meth.
Crystal Meth?
Jeez. Yeah, entirely different horror story. Entirely different. On the bright side, though, Slim, you ever seen Event Horizon?
Nah.
It's, I want to say, late 90s horror movie. I think I'm going to actually, I don't even have a Twitch, really, but I'm going to go probably dig through that list of movies and whatnot, see if that's something that they can actually watch on, see if we can actually do a viewing party for that one of the days in October. I absolutely love the movie.
It's called Event Horizon?
Yeah, it's got, I think his name's Sam Neill. If you ever seen the old Jurassic Park movies, he's the, he's the husband, the scientist that goes out in the blue shirt there with the hat. Yeah,
Yeah,
it's got him running around as a researcher. They're field testing a brand new kind of hyperdrive to basically cut down the travel time between stars, and they take it out for a test flight, and shit goes wrong.
I gotta see that movie. Like,
Yeah, because the real funny thing is, it's good as a standalone horror flick, but it was actually designed and written by the author and the screenwriters as something for Warhammer. Because in the Warhammer game, if you go to try to basically do any of that faster than light travel, you have to cut through a pocket dimension that's basically full of some of the worst things you can imagine.
oh,
And that's what this would kind of do to you over time. But it's still a damn fine movie, even without the game references and stuff. It's still some good shit.
You got jokes,
Uh-oh.
Natty.
they about to make us all retire.
No, I got something in the works. I'm gonna talk with Slim about, and yeah,
Yeah, I've been trying to hammer my head against the wall to get that picture done, but I figured, like with everything else that I've done for Luna and for some other folks that have had me do some artwork for them, it'll basically take me 5 minutes when the inspiration finally strikes. I'm just going to let it kind of percolate in my head for a bit.
who else you doing artwork for? You cheating on me?
Uh-oh.
Nobody on YouTube.
I don't care either way. I've told people before, like, but I don't. I know you don't want to get into business, but he's done all the artwork, the logo for the channel. He drew that. The outside part is TK did that, but he drew Quackers. He did the cover art for the cipher, the upcoming merch that TK is doing the final touches to make it ready to be a logo. Will be up soon. He drew that. So yeah, my all of my artwork for the channel is 100% original. So if you see it from on anybody else's channel, let me know, and we will be playing hide a body. Because
We're
like
just
nothing.
laughing at the half-ass mockeries that they've had to come up with to try to avoid any kind of issue.
Yeah, because literally everything of my art is 100% original. Like it's not just something on a computer that except for the thumbnail does have the Happy Tree Camp, whatever the fuck they're called,
Happy Tree Friends.
and Harley Quinn. I didn't come up with them, but there's stickers on a app I use to generate my thumbnails. And so stay tuned soon. I missed the mark this year, and I should have thought of some Halloween merch, but there's going to be some decent merch coming, hopefully here by the end of the year.
Yeah, you got that one that you're working on touching up the way you need to, so there's that.
Yeah,
I'm sure I'll have a few other blasts of inspiration before then. We'll see what comes up.
Well, and I have I'm just thinking, like, I'd like to do eventually. Well, we're not going to get into what I'd like to do eventually because then people might take it.
They bite ideas, like,
Yep.
that's it. Suck.
This is a chat. We pass ideas in the boardroom.
Gotta be.
Got your booster seats and everything.
Well, let's see. Fed is 6'4". Slim, you're what, 6'5"?
Yup.
How tall is how tall is Sambra?
As tall as he needs to be, really.
He probably up there in our range too. Like,
That's like I said. The picture we have, Sped is very easily 100. Why you got to do it that way? Somebody
he's at 104
He's over 6
194
foot.
centimeters. Mm-hmm.
He's over 6 foot.
I know, like the U.S. is the only country that's not on the metric system.
Hmm. Like over here, we by feet and inches.
Yeah, basically, if our founding fathers had their way, just to be able to sit there and spite most of the other countries on the other side of the ocean, we would have been speaking German as well.
Hmm.
So
It
yeah.
is 6'4".
Uh-huh.
He up there with you, Spud. Well, he up there with us.
Yeah.
Like,
Well, I'm actually 6'3". The military took an inch, but yep.
Then there's little old me
Uh-huh.
measuring it at just over 5 feet.
Uh-huh.
I am ready. I'm ready for next month because I'm gonna start getting my costume makeup, but I got to find something to replace liquid latex because it works
Hmm.
great. The only problem is just slightly allergic to latex, so I break out in a rash.
Doesn't the Elmer's glue do the same thing?
It should do the same thing. I'm gonna try it. Plus, it's a lot cheaper. The Elmer's glue. Amazon's really gonna be worried when they see my cart because I think I have like fake blood, and I'm like ordering it by like the gallon now.
oh wow. Like, what's going on over there?
Don't ask questions. It was funny. No, I won't. I don't buy it by the gallon because that fake blood stains like a motherfucker. Because what happened was, is years back, we had a like a zombie themed birthday party for one of my friend's kids, and I got dressed up as a zombie bride. So what we did is we took, I don't know from what wedding, because she's been married 4 times, but one of her old wedding dresses, and we, ripped it up, and we had fake blood. So I put, without thinking, I didn't put gloves on before I decided to do handprints and blood on the dress. I was stained red with it looked like blood from my fingertip to my elbow for almost 2 weeks. And the best part was my face was all stained, and I had to go to church that night with my in-laws.
Oh, yeah, but considering how some of the church communities go, you just sit there, look at it, marital bliss, and they're all set. They'll just shrug it off.
But yeah, next week we will be back at our normally scheduled. I don't know if this works at 2:00. I'm kind of thinking maybe keep it at 2.
You should keep it at 2. Like,
That's what I'm thinking because it
yeah, you
works
should
better
keep
for
it at 2.
Sombra as well because it's an hour earlier. So I think it's only like 8:00 there instead of 9. So I think 2:00 on a Sunday works pretty decent because, and like I said, I think we're gonna Sped now will have, well, for right now, every other weekend off. So that means he'll have Saturday and Sundays off. So I think for October, whether it's Friday nights or Saturday nights, every other week do like horror stuff. So one week it'll be horrorcore music, the next week it'll be whatever. Um, yeah, are you trying to
Mm-hmm.
go to sleep? I think he wants sleep, Spad. He wants to know your thoughts on the weapon.
Well,
Like,
well, I keep telling you, and you're finally catching on that I'm the cure for insomnia. So
Mhm.
yeah,
You want
well,
me to discuss it here or no?
Yeah, let's get it.
Overall, while it's very sad, it's not happening anywhere near us, so we're not getting anything even remotely close to any of the actual information. Both sides fighting it aren't getting the actual information. But the amount of money being funneled in that direction that mysteriously disappears is a bit concerning for me. And while I do understand that Russia has been terrified to come anywhere near those border areas for quite a while, it's been about, 30 years since they ended up having to secede and give up those territories. They want them back. Some areas have been, because of the local population being what they were before everything went off, and some with people having come in, taken up residence there, starting to change the opinions to allow the pacification to go a hell of a lot quicker. The last time Russia tried this, they literally walked up to the border, and since most of the people wanted to come back, it literally didn't even involve a shot being fired. They rode up with their army, and everything just, okay, yep, you're back. All right, cool, welcome back, and they took control. That's not happening here. I do honestly think it's really kind of funny, almost cringy at times, the PR involving the Ukrainian leader. Although he's showing a lot more competency and a lot more actual lead from the front mentality, overall it's still not necessarily a positive thing because it's still going to end up costing a lot of lives, and it's going to be wasting time, wasting resources, and sadly, life factors into resources in the grander scheme. You can always make more people, you can't make more time.
That's true.
So, come the end of the day, this is basically going to be going on as long as it needs to obfuscate whatever might be happening, whether it be funding going in random places, whether it be natural resources being rationed or set up to be a hell of a lot more expensive than they need to be. Back when I was growing up, oil was basically $7 a barrel. It was so plentiful in the Middle East, where most of the world gets their oil outside of their own supplies in country, that they would actually use it to clean the streets. They would spray it early in the morning, and come the middle of the day, the heat had literally burned it all off, along with any other dirt and debris that was basically in the streets. So the streets always looked gleaming over there because they had so much of it they didn't care. As soon as it ended up becoming something that was basically a necessity because of how our societies are, we need to have things transported, whether it be supplies, food, whatever. We need to be able to get to and from work. Over in Europe, it's more of a luxury than it is a necessity in a lot of ways because everything is built so close knit because of the small geographical areas. In the United States, we went the opposite direction. A lot of other countries outside of Europe ended up going the opposite direction. Infrastructure and society spread so that you couldn't necessarily always guarantee you're going to get a good job in your hometown. You'd have to travel to be able to make the money. So we have to have vehicles here, and that being basically the pain in the ass of the problem in and of itself, requires that we have access to the vehicles, we have access to the materials needed to run them and operate them safely. Europe, it's not nearly that bad. That's why they have such a gigantically effective, for the most part, tram and train system for public
so
transport because Hmm.
So most of Europe is set up like Boston when it comes to transportation. You don't need a car to
The,
live in
it,
Boston.
no,
You have
you
to.
don't. It's not nearly as cluttered or as tall in regards to how large the buildings are, but the infrastructure and everything you need is so close you could walk, bike, or take a freaking train to get where you got to go and back every day without issue.
Mm.
That's why over there, for example, this is years ago. I don't know what the current actual exchange rate for it is, but back about 15 years ago, it was $7 a liter for gas, not a gallon, a liter. So their actual price is minimum 4 times what we're paying to begin with.
Mm.
Because, like I said, vehicles over there are treated as a luxury. Law enforcement, fire and rescue, certain government agencies, and the military don't have to worry about that because they need the vehicles to perform their duties. Everybody else, just get along doing your life how you do it. Hopefully, you make it.
Wow.
So,
So
yeah,
so
it's.
in
Mm,
Europe, when they go grocery shopping, they must only go for like a couple days because, like, here you go, you load up your car, you come home.
And ours
yeah.
usually lasts like a week or two. Them, I be see, like there's certain places too, like in certain areas within other states and things. Or some people I be seeing traveling with just only a few days of food or something like that. And things so like I guess that's only the certain amount they could carry or something.
Mm-hmm. Yep. Yeah, because it's a lot. It's not necessarily more readily available, but the locations you can purchase it from are far easier to access
Mm.
because they're closer to you. I mean, every just about every country on the planet has access to Walmart, but at the same point in time, they operate differently depending on Walmart in and of itself. The corporation despises the word union. Over in England, it's unionized because that's how everything has to go, but they still have access to it. Each different geographical region also has a different name for the store. The funniest one that I suffered through working for that company for 2 years. I don't know how I ended up not eating a bullet because every morning or every start of a shift, you'd come in, you'd get together with everybody on shift, management included. You'd say the campy little saying for the store. You'd do some stretching. You'd go over all the points for the day, and you'd sing the song, and then you'd go do your shift. It's just, it for people
Too
like me,
tiring, like.
that'd be worse than a prison sentence for me, flat out. But you go do that kind of crap. But one of the funnier things I ended up coming across is down in South Africa about 15 years ago. They opened their actual first branch down there. I'm forgetting what the name for the company is down there, but they opened up their first actual store. It doesn't offer the same stuff ours does. It offers what they regionally purchase. So you walk into that Walmart, it's going to be an entirely different experience because they don't
Mm.
need the same stuff we do, and they don't have the same propensity to buy stuff that we do. But they had a greeter who was basically worked for the company that owned the building beforehand. And when they bought it out, they had to take all the employees along with them for at least 6 months. And this guy here, he lasted about 3 days before they fired him
Mm.
because he wouldn't sit there. He was basically picture a 5 foot black version of me insulting you as you pulled into the parking lot to come in and buy stuff. That's how this guy operated greeting. And it was completely against the company policies. As soon as he ended up being terminated, the entire community just stopped shopping there because they loved the guy so much. Part of the
Hmm.
reason they went there was to literally just talk shit with him on their way in and out. Not only did he get
Hmm.
rehired, he ended up actually getting a raise, and he's still working there to this day.
That's a
it's
great way to
it's
keep your job. Like it's
yeah,
like
it's
he
like
did
with a,
himself.
hmm yeah, it's like with a lot of the different jobs I've had over the years. Doesn't matter what it is. I could be delivering food. I could be dealing with the crap at Walmart. I could be dealing with all kinds of different things. Doing the security like I am now. Whatever. But I've always sat there and had a discussion with my employer stating that I'm not going to change who I am. I'll be more polite with the customers, but I'm not going to change who I am. If I see stupidity happening, I'm going to call it. If I see something dangerous happening, I'm going to call it.
Hmm.
And a lot of the employees that come in, even a couple of my freaking on again, off again freaking acquaintances that'll pop up from time to time, they had no idea how the hell I could open my mouth, talk to the management and the staff the way that I did and still have a job. I just basically let them know this is what I got, this is how I deal with things. It's not that I'm trying to be mean, but this is literally me. The job will get done. The less you need to sit there and babysit me, the better. And
Hmm.
there you go.
That's true.
And it's always just been hilarious to watch. It just whatever. But yeah, back to the Ukrainian thing. It just overall a lot of that. It's going to drag on as long as it needs to. It it showcases to a certain extent just how far that the military has fallen over in the red territories, shall we say? Because the soldiers have little to no motivation, and in some cases, they weren't even told what they were doing. They were just literally activated and sent out. So a lot of them, especially nowadays where everybody's on social media, even the military can't escape this crap. They always seek outside approval for some of the different stuff that they're doing in their lives. Some people just need that. And you really shouldn't need that as a person, but that's where we are. So them not being able to actually reach into that and find what they're looking for, their morale drops. Their tech is far, far outdated in a lot of ways. That contributes to some of the issues. And watching the little spider web of connections where the funding is coming from and who's starting up to act, who's basically starting to saber rattle to distract from some of the ill-gotten stupidity happening is really funny to just behold. Russia's been bankrolling Iran's stupidity for quite a while.
Hmm.
Currently, China is actually bankrolling to a certain extent what's happening with Russia being able to maintain this. At their current budget, prior to any of the stupidity kicking off, the red state could only actually afford to have had the troops, the logistics, and the equipment down on that border for 2 days before they couldn't afford it anymore. 2 days. And we're currently going on a number of months. Where'd it come from? Hmm. And it's just really sad because this is the like B movie version of how the U.S. treated um, the operations over in the Middle
Ed,
East. Mm.
private chat. I gotta end the live.
Alrighty.
I will. I'm not sure if we'll be back on Thursday, but I will catch you guys all. Thank you, everybody who hung out tonight. Thank you, Sped for Slim for joining us, and I will catch you guys
So
all soon.